I was actually able to talk to Speed Dota recently. Speed is the Game Leap guy, and he's 12k MMR. He's better than BSJ, better than Mason. He's higher MMR than a lot of pros. I asked him what his win rate was going through 6k MMR, right? And you know what he told me? 55%. 55%. I'm out here rocking a 70% win rate, okay, in 6k. And I lose one game and I just stop queuing, like for days. I'm just over it. After hearing that, I just have been motivated to like play more games and not care as much about the losses. Like I would value each individual loss like so hard, you know. Losing 45% of your games, it's still a lot of losses. You know, you have to learn to deal with the losses mentally, and that's not easy. I'm like 10-0 carrying the game, and like it's one of those games where I have to play perfectly to win, and I like die once, okay, and then we lose. Like I'm already feeling bad about myself that I died once and didn't carry the game. And then when my team starts flaming me, when they're like, you know, they have KD's like 3-8 or like 4-7 on my mid, and then he starts flaming the shit out of me when I die once. That guy who's flaming you is not your enemy. Your enemy is yourself. If you're getting down on yourself for that, you don't need to prove anything to those people, okay? And if you're truly confident in yourself, and you should be if you have above a 50% win rate, because it means you're good enough to climb, then you don't, that's fine. You don't need to prove anything to anyone in the lobby. I have to ask myself, like, is it realistic to carry 100% of the games? And no, I learned from Speed, it's not. And so you just have to keep queuing, and anything above 50 is enough. If you play 30 games, okay, I think that should be like the minimum. And then you look at your win rate and it's below 50, then okay, go back to the drawing board, hit me up for some coaching. Okay, that's where you can like improve. But if it's anything above 50%, just keep playing. Just keep doing your thing. Just get volume and consistency, okay? And if your win rate is above 50%, it shows that you are already consistent. So you just need to get volume. Don't be discouraged from queuing. Don't make the mistake that I made. I believe that I could be so much higher MMR right now if I just consistently played ranked over the years. You guys have to understand, like, I'm genuinely sad right now. Like, I'm rocking a 70% win rate in 6K, and I'm gonna queue a lot, like, going forward after I learn this. But I don't want you guys to make the mistake I did. If you're winning, you know, that much, or 55% of your games, like, just keep playing. Don't be discouraged. Even if you lose like 100, 200 MMR in a few days, like, it's part of the process. Like, you're gonna have really high win streaks, really high loss streaks. It's just how the luck of the draw works. I don't want to use the word luck, right? But I'm gonna say that here because 55% is enough, and that means you're going to lose 45% of your games. And if you're playing a lot of games, that's a lot of losses, man. That's a lot of losses. Okay, maybe everyone knows this, and I'm just like, actually, I kind of am mentally ill for like my perspective before, but I feel like MMR, just like the concept of MMR will just do that to people, you know, when they care about it. It'll just do that to people. And I would worry about the individual days so much. Like, I would think, I played 3 games today. How much MMR did I win today? Okay, but that doesn't matter. You need to think much more longer term when you're considering your MMR. It's like investing. If you get emotionally attached to the short-term results, you're not going to win in the long term. And that's me. That's the guy who plays 3 games in a day and wins 2 and then loses 1 double down and is like depressed. Because I'm thinking, oh, if I only won the double down, I'd be like up so good. But you didn't win the double down, and it's unrealistic to think that you would. The player who wins the double down is the player with the 80-90% win rate, who's like literally Yatoro, right? It's not realistic for you to win that many games. Maybe you would have won if you played perfectly. Yeah, you probably would have. And that's the player you should strive to be, but you should be okay striving to be that and accept that you are not that 80-90% win rate player right now. Because if you were, your true MMR is 3,000 or 4,000 MMR higher than where you are now. And Speed Dota would win 80 to 90% of the 6K pubs now. But the point is, when he's climbing through 6K, he is perfectly content with a 55% win rate, because climbing is part of the process of improving. You're getting better as you're climbing. It's easy to get lost in the sauce of MMR and just like lose yourself and lose what you stand for and lose confidence in yourself as a player. Even just after a few ranked losses, they feel so bad. But you have to rise above the noise, okay? You have to ascend if you want to climb, and it's hard. It's hard mentally.